Good morning. It's Thursday morning. Hey, I want you to do something for me today. I post this in about 4 different places. So wherever you're watching it, go to it and click like at the bottom. All you got to do is click it. Click like, and that'll help me know if there's any place that I'm posting it that I don't need to post it. So if you'll do that, that'd be great. Now we're reading from Matthew 24, and we're going to pick up at verse 24 and read through 27. The boat by this time was a long way from the land, beaten by the waves, for the wind was against them. And in the fourth watch of the night he came to them walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, "It's a ghost." And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." So again, this is a little bit of a longer story, and we're just going through it slowly. The boat has been out. He sent the boat out ahead of him, and he went up on the mountain to pray, you remember from yesterday. And so now he's walking out on the sea looking for them. It's the fourth watch of the night, so it's pretty far into the night. And he comes walking along, and the disciples are terrified. They've never seen anybody walk on the water because no one can walk on water except Jesus. There are some scholars out there who say, well, there was a shallow place, there was some rocks, and he knew where they were, and he was walking on the rocks, and he wasn't actually walking on the water. Okay, fine. If you want to believe that, it's harder to believe than the fact that he was just walking on the water. But I think he was, and it was kind of a miracle thing, and he's walking out there on the water, and the disciples are terrified because they've never seen anything like this, and they think it must be a ghost or something. And Jesus says, no, it's me. It is I. Don't be afraid. All through the scriptures, whenever an angel appears to somebody, they usually fall on their face, shivering in fear. And the first thing out of the angel's mouth is, don't be afraid. Fear not. Me phobou in Greek. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And people go, oh, okay. And here Jesus says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm the one. It's I. It's me. I'm coming. Don't be afraid. If we could understand that we don't ever have to be afraid of Jesus, we don't ever have to be afraid of the Lord God. Sometimes we might think we probably should be afraid because he's the Lord of the universe, who's powerful and made everything, but we don't have to fear him. There's a healthy kind of respect and reverence that we should have, yes, and that's often called the fear of the Lord. But we don't have to cower and quake, terrified at what he's going to do to us, because what he's going to do to us is love us and care for us, take us back and forgive us and go, oh, why don't you do that, and give us a new start. That's what he's going to do for us, and that's what we should always be looking for. So don't be afraid. It's Jesus. Whenever the storms of life are blowing you around and you don't know where to turn, he's coming through the storm, on top of the water, walking over to take care of you. And cling to that, and all will be well. Don't forget, click those likes, and we will see you tomorrow.